That looks really interesting. I want to watch this. So I remade Slenderman.
So I decided to remake Slenderman with RTX graphics using Unreal Engine 5, and here's how I did it. But first, let's go back to where it all started. In 2012, the entire internet was playing a game called Slender the 8 Pages. With some of today's biggest YouTubers making a name for themselves with their Let's Plays, the game quickly rose to popularity. But just as fast as the trend grew, it quickly fell, soon to be forgotten. That is, until today. See, I can't just sit here while Slenderman's all sad and depressed. And I don't know if you guys have seen him recently, but he's not really looking too slender anymore. So the plan is to make the entire game so we can whip him back into shape.
I hate when
people, like the good
videos go bleh, make loud noises. Whoa.
So for those of you who have never played the game, the
one more video
is to run around the map collecting pages while being chased by Slenderman, who's an extremely lanky, tall, pale guy
go for it.
Weird.
I'll be over there in just a second.
Who only comes out at night, and alright, I'm just describing myself at this point. So I started off by making a simple first-person character controller with sprinting and interacting. So now we can run around the level, and if we walk up to a page, we can collect it. For the flashlight, I used a simple flip-flop node in order to switch between on and off. So for the sake of development, we're going to use a cube in place of Slenderman. So if we just scale him up here, now we have a
Stop doing that.
He's not really looking too scary. So I drew up a scary face in Photoshop, and it seemed to have done the trick.
Whoa.
I hate that. Okay.
The mechanics of the Slenderman
I hate when
much is really known.
videos
So after doing some research on different blogs, I was able to figure out the following. Slenderman will spawn after you collect the first page, sometimes spawn directly behind you when you turn around or walk into certain areas, become faster every time you collect a page, and f you up if you get too close. So the first
it's just not funny. It doesn't add any effect.
A few moments later,
Slenderman will spawn somewhere around the player. I also set up some trigger boxes for jump scares in certain areas. So if the player steps into the trigger box, it'll shoot out a big long ray to check whether Slenderman should spawn or not. And now, it wouldn't be Slenderman without jump scares. So by making a blueprint that tracks the player's rotation, I was able to make this jump scare. So now we need to add static. So if the player turns around and sees Slenderman, his screen should start playing static on it. So after putting together this giant blob of spaghetti, the player's screen now plays static when he looks at Slenderman and then stops playing when he looks away. So for the last part of the AI, I just made it so that if the player gets too close to Slenderman, he'll turn around and it'll be game over. So now obviously we have to replace this Slenderman model because right now it's literally just a cube with a face texture on it. So I found this PBR model on Sketchfab.
Ooh, that's really cool.
Completely free to download, which is awesome. So if we import him into the game, he's in a T-pose. But if we look at the actual game, he's not in a T-pose. He's in more of an M-pose or something like that. I don't know. So I imported the model into Mixamo to try and find a nice walk animation. Alright, it looks like Slenderman is trying to fix those chicken legs. Yeah, that's probably not gonna work. Probably not gonna work either. Yeah, no, that's just bad. So I finally came across this nice walk animation. We're gonna go with this one. So now that the game mechanics are done, we need to make a map with nodes randomly spawned around it. So I started off by overlaying the map texture on top of a terrain and just painting the paths around. I found some models using the Quixel Megascans library with 8K texture resolution and started adding them around the map in the different locations. And then I also added grass on the grass portion of the terrain and trees around the map too. So to finish the map off, I added trigger boxes around the map in different areas. I also spawned pages around using the page spawner blueprint. And now we have this, but we need to make it nighttime now. So after playing around with the lighting system, I was able to get a nice night scene with some stars in the sky like this. And now it's starting to look pretty good.
Yeah, that does look better. I'll give him that. I still feel like it could be so much better though. It gets alright.
So right now the pages are blank, so I went in Photoshop and made some designs for the pages, so now you can actually read what's going on in the game.
Didn't kick
For
me.
finishing touch, I use Lumen. So this is a scene without Lumen, and then this is the same exact scene with Lumen. So the difference is pretty insane. So now there's one more thing that we're missing that basically every single AAA game has that we don't. A main menu. So I quickly made one, and now the game seems to be done. So now before we get into some gameplay, only 0.7% of the people who watch my videos are actually subscribed.
Yeah, what's up with that? Nobody watched. Nobody subscribed to any of my
so if you
videos.
have enjoyed the video so
I
far,
should definitely do
consider liking and
that.
subscribing. And with that being said, let's get into some gameplay. And make sure to stick around until the end of the video to see how you can play this game too. Alright, let's start the game up here. Alright, let's see if we can find our first page here. Alright, perfect. Found the first one. It's on our backs right there. Okay, never mind. Okay, here we go. Now let's go towards this. What in the world? Alright. It's getting really hard to see with this fog, but I can see him. Okay, these rocks here. Let's see what anything's over here. There we go. 6 pages. We should be right on our backs. Yep. Alright, now we just gotta run. I really hope this last page is not in that building, because if it is, then it's game over. Where is he? Where is he? Oh, okay, that is not good. And, yep, he got us.
I think he got too far first try.
Alright, guys, I had a lot of nostalgia playing that game again, so if you guys...
It was decent. It was alright. Game turned out good. But, I don't know. I feel like you could definitely make something way cooler than that for... if you put a little bit more time into it. It looks like you spent a weekend doing it rather than a week doing it. I could be wrong. I don't know. I've done very little in the new Ubisoft engine. But, yeah. Who knows? Who knows what you could do? Thanks for watching. Comment, like, subscribe. Like, comment, subscribe, and subscribe. Yeah.